Good afternoon, super friends, and welcome to the Tuesday, June 23rd edition of the Sacred News and Weather. I'm super happy to have you here. I'm outdoors again today because my lighting died and my new lighting has not yet arrived. It was supposed to arrive this morning, and I've just been updated to sometime this evening. And I didn't want to come in here too tired, so you get me outdoors again. It seems like the sound yesterday wasn't too bad. The bags are a little better today, maybe because I did get a full night's sleep last night. And we're gonna just see where we go today. I will tell you that I heard as I was closing my eyes earlier, just to get an inkling of what we were going to do, I heard the Tom Petty song, "The Waiting is the Hardest Part." So I am going to probably start with that feeling. But as with everything I do, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, and know that these messages are timeless. So whether you're tuning in real time on the 23rd of June or at some later date, know that if you are tuning in, there likely will be something here for you. But if there isn't, don't worry, go ahead, turn me off. There's plenty more below where this message came from, and there will be plenty more to come. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes. And I'm just going to feel into the energy of the waiting being the hardest part. Now, first of all, if you've ever hung out with me here before, or if you've hung out with me in some other way, shape, or form, you will know that I don't really believe in waiting. When I run into a client, when I run into someone who feels like they're going to wait for someone to change, wait for someone to do something, wait for something, and when I say I don't believe in waiting. I don't believe in waiting on a person. So believing that someone is going to shift something and then come forward again, you're welcome to hold that belief. And I don't discourage people from holding the belief that people will change. But what I don't love is the idea of waiting for someone to change before we actually go ahead and press play on the rest of our life. So I want to start with that simply because I hear waiting and my automatic response is don't wait. Whatever you do, don't wait. But here's what I'm seeing now. And so I just want to honor there's a very specific way that you've been waiting, and Spirit wants you to know that you've actually been waiting well. So if you identify as someone who has been waiting and you just heard me scold you, I just want to maybe like back it off a little bit. I'm like seeing a needle on a record player. Like back it off a little bit and replay, and we'll just say, okay, you haven't been waiting in the way that I don't like people to wait. You've been waiting well, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. So I'm just going to ask what that means. What does waiting well mean? Waiting well means waiting, but not waiting. Waiting, but not waiting. What does waiting, but not waiting mean, Spirit? Come on, help me out. Help a girl out. The feeling is okay, I think I have it. The feeling is that you have very much been healing. You have been very much, I'm seeing like a lotus blooming out of the mud. I'm seeing like petals being examined, like pulling out the petal. Now I'm seeing more of an artichoke than a lotus, pulling out the petal and or the leaf and discovering what's there and healing from there. So I can see that you've been doing healing work as you've been waiting. I hate that word. I have a lot of resistance. Dana underneath the channel has a lot of resistance. And since I'm still holding two frameworks, I'm trying not to be too judgy McJudgerson about this whole waiting thing. But I'm seeing you healing. I'm seeing the artichoke leaves being pulled out and examined. I'm seeing you doing work, but I'm seeing also okay, here's what I'm also seeing. I'm hearing the word hope. So there's been waiting and hope also isn't a word that I love. So Spirit's really after me today to get clear on what it is that I am talking about. I don't like the idea of hope because people tend to hope in a funny way. They're like, "Oh, I hope," but then they like drop down underneath that feeling of hope almost instantly and they let go of the hope, and what they come into is readying themselves for disappointment. And it feels a little bit like waiting like that as well. Like when we wait, it's like, oh, I'm hopeful, I'm waiting. But do you hear the way my voice goes up an octave? Do you hear the way I'm like, and I raise my neck a little bit and I'm like kind of looking up, and it's like I'm coming out of my body and I'm externalizing something and I'm looking at something external to come toward me rather than like I'm in my body and I'm moving through life connected to my heart and connected to my own dreams and my own goals instead of I'm hoping, I'm waiting. And so that's the part that I don't like. But what I'm seeing is what Spirit is telling me is that you are not hoping or waiting. You're actually engaged. You're moving forward with your life. You're holding momentum. You're holding a frequency of pursuing your own desire, of pursuing your own life. And there is a feeling of waiting on someone or waiting for something, but it's not the kind of waiting that has taken over your life to the point where you have pressed pause on the rest of life and you're just waiting for this person to show up. What I am hearing, though, is that you are waiting and hoping, and that there's an easier way for you to hold this wait and hold this hope. And so let me see if I can get clear on what that is. We know that we want the forward momentum of you working on yourself, of you pursuing your own goals, of you pursuing your own magic and your own investment in your own life without hitting pause, without waiting for someone to come toward you and then moving from there. The feeling that I'm getting, the what I'm seeing here is that the way we want to shift your hope and your weight is to hold it lightly, to hold it a little more lightly. There's still a feeling of some part of you being occupied, some storyline being occupied, wondering if this person is shifting, wondering if this person is making the changes they need to wondering if this person is actually doing the work. And what I'm seeing here, and I'm going to tell you now that I'm never in the business of predicting the future, so I don't want you to think that I'm predicting a future outcome. But what I'm hearing very clearly is that your waiting and your hoping is not in vain. Your waiting and hoping is not in vain because regardless of the outcome, regardless of the way things go, you are still moving forward with your life. You're still moving forward with your dreams. You're still moving forward with your vision. But Spirit wants you to know that this hope and that this wait is not in vain, that there is something for you when this person comes forward. I'm also seeing that this person is going to come forward. They're more on the spectrum of coming forward than they have been. So if you have been waiting a long time, maybe it's been months, maybe it's been weeks, maybe it's been years, I don't know. But if you've been waiting for a long time, what I can see is that the wait has crossed the threshold, and that the time it takes for this person to come forward is actually coming nearer. It's drawing more near than it's been. So you can put that into your own perspective, depending upon how long you've been waiting. But what I'm seeing is that this person is coming forward, and what you will receive, regardless of the information that you desire, regardless of the information that you want, or believe you want, or think that you've been waiting for, what you are going to receive is actually beneficial to where you are going in the world. For some of you, this means that this person is going to give you an answer that you desire, or give you information that you have been needing in order to move forward. That feels more accurate. It feels like this person holds information that will help propel you forward in a more certain way. So there's some part of you that has been holding this hope or waiting this wait, and waiting for clarity and certainty to fully move forward in one direction, or to fully let go in another direction. And what this person is bringing forward is bringing forward this information for you. And I can see where this information benefits you both, regardless of the outcome. The information this person is bringing to you is the information that you need to either fully engage with this person or to fully release them. And this weight and this hope that you've been holding it lightly. There is an invitation for you to hold it even more lightly, knowing that it's coming forward and really focusing on what it is that you desire for yourself. Okay, I think we're landing on what we need. I'm sorry, there's a very loud vehicle coming up my road. It's going to be hard for you to not hear it. So I may wait a minute so I can hear myself think. Okay, it's actually going up the road behind me. There's a hill behind me. And the way the sound echoes, it like just basically echoed off of my brain. Let's see if I can pick up the train of thought. So, oof, I feel like I might have lost it because I came out. The information that you are receiving, I'm just going to backtrack a little bit, pardon my repeating. The information that you are going to receive is the information that will either drive you forward in one particular direction or set you free to move in another direction. But okay, here we go. What Spirit is telling me, what I am hearing is that you are being invited in this waiting. The way of waiting in a new way is for you to get really clear on what it is you desire. So, not just waiting for this person to come forward to give you some information, but to actually wait in such a way that you are readying yourself to receive. I feel like this is a repeat theme that we've been having here on the Sacred News and Weather. This is a repeat theme of readying yourself to receive this person and the information they have to offer, and getting really clear in your own being, in your own body, what it is that you are waiting for, that may be a yes to move down one path or a no to move down that path. Getting ready to receive the person exactly as they are, to hold their beautiful information. I can feel the connectivity between the two of you. This is a soul bond, and soul bonds can take the form of many different people. So this does not necessarily mean a romantic relationship. Soul bonds can be friends, soul bonds can be family, soul bonds can be relationships, intimate relationships. This person is definitely a soul bond, and what they are bringing to you is actually information that is going to be heart opening for you both. It is going to be heart opening for you both, and you are being invited to receive this person, to ready yourself to receive this person in such a way that you can hear them fully so that you won't get caught. What I'm hearing is you are the sort of person who puts other people's needs before yours. You innately put other people's needs before yours. You innately keep the peace. You are innately a peaceful person. And that has served you in many realms and in many ways and in many parts and parcels of your life. But what I am being shown here is that when this person comes to you with the information they are going to be bringing you, yes, receive them in peace, but receive them in the clarity of what you need. Do not blur your lines. Do not blur your boundaries. Do not blur what is right for you in order to hold this person in grace and in unconditional love. You can hold that person in grace and in unconditional love and not, let me see if I can say this properly, not compromise your own boundaries, not compromise your own needs, but to take in their information, to receive the information, to hold it in such a way that you get clear. You do not need to give them an answer. You do not need to give them an immediate answer. You do not need to respond to them in any particular way that will make them feel better in delivering the message. You're being asked to ready yourself to receive, to ready yourself to take in the information, to know in your bones and in your heart what it is that you need to hear to be a heartfelt, full body, total body yes, or a full body, total body no. And you don't need to answer that person when they come forward in that immediate moment. You can take your time. You can let it unfold. There's a feeling of divine timing here, both in the wait, in allowing yourself to wait, in allowing yourself to not listen to what Dana normally says by waiting, but continuing to wait in the healthful or more healthful way that you have, holding hope, embodied hope, and still working your own process, moving through your own process, not hope, but hope, like holding hope as in like a big open glowing heart, receiving your person's information, taking it all the way in and choosing from that full body, fully aligned, fully integrated place to move in the direction that is right for you. And I think that is what I have for us today. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hype, do all the things and the stuff. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to be indoors tomorrow with some better lighting so that you don't have to look at all my wrinkles. And now I'm proud of them. I earned them all. Um, yeah, thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.